Justin Hawkins writes again. Good day to you, it is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again, my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell for those notifications, and then you won't miss anything. Today, I'm going to talk about rivalries within music. Some of these are more kind of fallouts that happen within a band. I think the really interesting ones are people who don't actually work together, who use the the sort of media circus around the music trade as it used to be to basically fire pot shots at their rivals. I think that's really, really funny. It's stuff that you don't see anymore, really. It's stuff from the olden days. Let's have a look at a couple of the funny ones.
I remember this like it was yesterday. I was sitting in the back of James's pickup when they drove me to the bus station, and I looked at James, and he was weeping.
Of course, there's a rivalry between Dave Mustaine and James Hetfield on account of the fact that Dave Mustaine used to be the sort of leader and lead guitarist of METALLICA. And then I think he went on and did Megadeth instead.
You know, we were brothers up to that point, and then something had pulled us apart, and we knew it had to continue that way, so it was emotional for all of us.
Obviously, there's some sadness around it. I love this really sort of soft focus footage of them talking about it, talking about how one of them was weeping. It's brilliant, isn't it? I think everything seems so serious and important in the world of music. I don't know why that is. Why is the soap opera around music so far? I think it's because it is an aspirational, or it used to be an aspirational vocation, didn't it? Like everybody wanted to be a rock star so that people would care about their lives. They'd be seen, they would weep, there'd be drama. They'd have fast cars and helicopters and stuff.
Vince allegedly took a swing at GNR guitarist Izzy Stradlin for making passes at his wife.
Oh dear. I mean, it's hard to weigh in on things like that when you hear a story like, oh, this bloke tried to punch some other bloke because the other bloke was trying to chat up his wife. I mean, that happens in pubs all around the world. I think that's just called being an adult human being, isn't it? You'd probably witness those things yourself. It's just extra funny when the people that are doing it are in Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses.
It was between us, had nothing to do with Axl.
It's nothing to do with Axl.
Izzy laughs because he's like, that guy, you know, had a full-on free shot, you know, and hit like a powder puff. Anytime he wants it, anywhere, Atlantic City, I don't care.
So then the open challenge between Axl Rose and Vince Neil. I mean, I would probably, I think if I was a boxing promoter, I'd be inclined to actually put that on today. If my producer might like to put a picture of Axl and Vince Neil, but as they are now, with the gloves ready to go.
Axl, if you're watching this, I want to challenge you to a fight.
Axl, if you're watching this, I want to challenge you to a fight. He's not watching this.
It's tough. It was a real ego shock to me when Dave said we're going to flip-flop, and I said, you're crazy. I haven't opened for anyone since 1979. I don't plan on opening for you, Dave, or anybody else.
You're not afraid to follow Dave. You want to follow Dave.
No. I'm not afraid to follow anybody.
Sammy Hagar versus David Lee Roth. It's all about context, that is. I think there's probably a debate raging. There are people who think that neither of those guys were the best singer in Van Halen. I know what I believe, but it's nothing to do with that. It's actually about the personalities, and it is really amusing to sort of watch. This is, I don't think it's toxic masculinity. I think it's a different type of masculinity. I think it's preposterous male vanity that's so easily pricked, you know. And it's one of the most amusing things about, I mean, if you think about that kind of rock, I mean, this kind of rock, the kind of rock that we all love, it is basically men who, after a certain period of time doing this rock, they begin to look like your auntie, and they're talking about beating each other up. It's hilarious. Honestly, I think there would be at least a computer game. Someone's got to do a computer game where you get to be like to pit your favourite feuding rock stars against one another in a fight to the death. It doesn't have to be to the death, just like Handbags at Dawn. That's what it should be called. Handbags at Dawn. I'll do the theme tune.
I got to say that going from me to you is like going from speedballs to milkshakes, Sam.
Whoa! Speedballs to milkshakes. That is it's irresponsible to use drug metaphors like that. Actually, simile. There's a simile.
Sam, the only problem that I'm going to have is the stain you're going to leave on the floor when you leave.
Wow. He went there, man. He went there. I don't know what that means.
Joey was seeing this girl and John stole her away from him.
So this is when Joey Ramone had a girlfriend, and then Johnny Ramone ended up having that girlfriend instead of Joey. I mean, I don't think it's as simple as a case of mistaken identity, although they do dress similarly. But I just think it's just one of those really horrible moments. It happens in regular friendships, doesn't it? And in soap operas. It's happened in Coronation Street more times than I can count. It's happened in EastEnders a few times. But I think maybe there should be a soap opera about a band. What would it be called? If it was like Brookside or Coronation Street, or then it would be called something like Abbey Road, or it would be around. Oh, where do bands live now? Margate. It'd just be called Margate.
You hated Kid Rock, though.
He's kind of a punk.
See, I don't know why. I suppose in America it's different. It's Tommy Lee's describing Kid Rock as a punk, which I think that's different in England. I think if I said, "Oh, look, there's a punk," it would be. I don't think it would be a bad thing. I wonder what it means. Oh, punk ass. Okay, that's different. That probably means that you fashion your ass hair into a perfect Mohican. Makes it difficult to sit down and ride bikes. Riding a bike is out of the question.
I don't know. It's just something about him isn't very cool.
Yeah, no shit.
Really? Because he was bad-mouthing you.
I never paid much attention, so I don't know. Just his attitude, just kind of a punk.
That's the one that people always use, isn't it? Like, oh, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't listening. I don't know. Which I think is often a fib. I think these things flare up. I mean, this one may have something to do with their respective relationships with that lovely young lady from Baywatch. But maybe it's about music, or maybe it's about something else. But you can hear the way people are cackling and laughing at these things. It's just entertainment, isn't it? I think it's part of the way you sort of assert yourself and your branding and all that stuff. It's a little bit territorial and it's a little bit toxic, but at the end of the day, it's part of the circus, I think.
He's a giant amongst guitar players. I don't think anyone would dispute that.
I love this one.
But he's an intellectual dwarf. I didn't say that. I mean, what I'm saying is he's insecure. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Yes, I did.
One of these days, when we're playing on the road, I'm going to attack Ian Gillan in the back alley. He's bigger than me. He's probably a better fighter. So I'm going to do it with a few friends of mine, probably Swedish. And we'll beat him up. But he won't know it's me.
Richie Blackmore's going to attack Ian Gillan in the back alley. Well, it won't be him, it'll be some Swedish blokes that he's hired. So, anyway, just got at least he's made his intentions clear. Next time Ian Gillan's in a back alleyway, I don't know when he would actually go to a back alleyway. Would he go there to sort of roll dice illegally? Or maybe that's like when he's doing like one of those Hard Times tours on the way back down. The back alleyway might be his dressing room. We've all been there. Justin Hawkins writes again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for those notifications. Cheers.